Let's try that again. Good Lord, that was terrible. Hi, howdy, hello, and hola. What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the Unframe of Mind show where we have uncomfortable conversations without a condom. I'm your host, Daniel Wagner, and joining me today is our other host, Anthony Trawick.
Hey, I'm not gonna do that. Hello, howdy. What's up,
Y-
guys?
You just did. You just did.
I
And
know,
just
I
like you're
did.
not gonna and just like you're not gonna do the howdy hello, hi, what's up, Ola? Um,
Uh-huh.
we're also not going to be reacting to Cesspool by Samson today
No,
because
we don't
because
we don't allow that kind of garbage on our channel. It's
right,
it's
right.
uh it's just not acceptable in today's current society and yeah, it's just not okay. But
Well, that's just the problem. It is acceptable in today's society because it's like the current trend and everybody's doing it, and
right.
we're like trend wreckers, man. We go against the grain. We swim upstream when it's mating season for the salmon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We get right
So
behind it and give it the old doggy style and smack on the ass.
that's right. That's right. All right. That being
Now,
said,
honestly, I didn't know anything about this video. I haven't heard really anything from him since the last time we did a reaction to one of his videos, which was the juvenile one that vaxxed that thing up.
oh yeah, that was a while ago.
That was
Okay,
the
so
last, I don't know what all, like, he's on my YouTube, like my
yeah,
subscriptions, and I'm a subscriber, but I don't get any notifications. And I've got the bell turned on. So either he's not dropped anything or he's dropping something and YouTube is really going after him and I'm just not seeing
it's
it. So
I mean, given the subject matter, I wouldn't be surprised either way. So, but then again, the way he puts out videos is very seldom. But when he puts them out, boy, they are bangers, aren't they?
they are good.
I hope this one's just as good.
You said bangers.
Uh, let's jump right in, dude. How about it?
All right, man.
Okay, this is Cesspool by Samson. Here we go.
Yeah, I get in my head sometimes, wondering if I'm good enough. I ain't looking for a compliment, that's just how it is. I take a step and my foot gets stuck. It's like everything I do is a masterpiece. I always one up myself every time I drop. So when I go to write the next one, I'm thinking about the last one and how good it was, and I get writer's block. I'm my own worst.
Oh man, just right off the bat, I can already understand that feeling of being being your own worst enemy and
Getting in
that
your own way.
yeah, yeah, getting in your like the way he said every time I try to take a step, my foot gets stuck. Like, holy crap, I totally get that because it seems like I've got all these dreams, I've got all these ambitions, things I want to do, and it's like every time it starts to look like it's going positive, I get hit with something else, and I'm just like, I can't win. It's like, golly.
Yeah. I
But
think
then
everybody can relate to that pretty much at some point in time in their life, you know. So
makes you wonder: is there people out there who don't go through this?
no,
Is there people
every
that
single person does. I mean,
it's just that every green light they hit every green light on the way through? Like,
no, I mean, he's just this is why he's so relevant, and this is one of the reasons why he's so relatable, is because this is stuff that everyday person people go through. Whether everybody goes through this, it's not there's a select few or many. It's everyone. So
right on. Here we go.
When I go to write the next one, I'm thinking about the last one and how good it was, and I get writer's block. I'm my own worst critic, no one's worse witted. To pick apart every word, shit is so irking, it's so frustrating. Every single verse I compose is so worthless. How am I supposed to finish it? I could say fuck it like a lot of these cats and give you quantity over quality and call it a rap, but stand back and watch it fall down flat. Cause y'all they used to me giving my all, not having. If I did, I wouldn't be this big. It's the blood and the sweat that got me this gig. I get tons of respect, but it doesn't mean shit if it doesn't connect. So I need to be sick when I'm coming. Fuck me indecent, I'm different. I'm someone you don't wanna start beef with. The shit with a nothing. Everything is down to a science, from the words that I spit to the beat that I pick to the look in my motherfucking eyes. You can stare into them. You see a man who doesn't care or views them. I don't give a damn if you share my music as long as I think it's dope. I don't compare it to another rapper. I'll never beg for a billboard. I got skills that these little bastards are kill for, but I still get stuck. Shit starts building up till I'm filled with doubt and I can't seem to filter it out. I can't figure it out.
hey, wait a minute, hold on a second.
All right.
He's talking about people begging for billboards.
Yeah, basically, for what I got out of that was he's referring to everybody else, all these other rappers, they put out a bunch of quantity over quality, and they don't take the time to actually put out good stuff. They just, they're just putting stuff out that's total garbage that just falls flat, disappears, it's gone within the next day. It's fleeting.
I
But then
might
he's
be reaching on this one, but the only person right now that I can think of that talks about even getting a Billboard #1, and this is why when he said that, it made me think of him, was Tom McDonald.
oh, interesting. I don't know if
I
that's
don't know that there's a
yeah, you
correlation here. I'm just saying this is the only independent rapper that I can think of that is constantly getting online and trying to push his song to become #1 on Billboard. That
yeah,
he's the only
it might
one. I don't
it
know
might be
anybody else. So
it might be reaching, but I don't know. I think maybe it is because there's a lot of people they're always constantly trying focusing on the topping the charts and trying to
it
reach
just and it's not a
trying to,
shot at Tom McDonald. This is just something I've observed
right.
as someone who listens to his music or catches his live feeds or whatever. So yeah, don't take it that way. That's just something that was just the first thought that crossed my mind when he said
Yeah.
it. And that's who, kind of naturally popped into my head. But that's interesting that he did say it though.
Yeah, I guess what I got out of it was more like he's trying to not trying to. He's just not afraid to just be himself. He's not trying to compare himself to everybody else. He's just like, I'm just doing my thing. This
Right,
is what it is. This is what I value, and this is why I am successful the way I'm successful. And
right.
there, a lot of people do. There's that I hate this. What's the phrase? The quantity has a quality all its own, where basically you just put out so much music or so many products that something's got to hit, and there's got to be some quality in there somewhere. And it's
Right.
like, I don't know, man. I don't know, because there's a few musicians that I've experienced this with, where it's like they do have a few bangers, really really good stuff that probably in my top 100, but there you got to filter through so much crap that they have to even get to it. So it's hard to introduce new people to their music as a result, because you
Yeah.
have to you have to give that little asterisk, that little side note, like, hey, by the way, they got really good stuff, but you're going to be there a while looking. You're going to be
You
digging for a
know,
while. But
one
Samson,
thing
I could recommend. Sorry, Samson. I could recommend any song of his, and they're all good. Like, I haven't seen one yet
right.
that was like, it's okay. No, they're all really good, really pointed, really timely, music
His
songs.
songs are always on point. He is always looking directly at you, like he's looking into the window of your soul. Like you feel that connection with him as an artist, but also as a person. And it's something I've grown to learn about him. Plus
Yeah.
the mullet, man. Gotta love that fucking mullet.
I know he's got the
He
best.
needs he needs to
Um,
cut if he comes out with any kind of merch, it needs to be a shirt like with the like a mullet with some shades or something on. That'd be sweet.
yeah,
I don't know if he's got it in this one. Looks like he kind of does.
what's
I
funny? You
can't
mentioned
tell,
him.
but
You know what's funny? You mentioned him always looking at us, and most of his
yeah.
videos, I can't remember one where he's not. Most
Yeah,
he's
he
looking at us or
does
walking
every
toward
single
us, or
one. Like
uh,
he's directly talking to us. Like he is like if we're having a conversation like between you and I, you look
yeah,
at each other. Well, it's a sign of respect. I got something to say to you and I want to
yeah,
say
yeah.
it. You know
And
what I'm saying? So
the COVID video, he was like walking toward us the whole time, like he was walking through
yeah,
that. But this one here, did you notice that he turned?
that he what?
That he turned? Did you notice he turned his head? He's facing side profile in this next section.
He did, yeah, yeah.
Did you see what
Normally that's
that's
something we don't see because even during the COVID, he was walking through that bar.
Yeah,
Even 4313, he was walking like down I guess like a dirt road or gravel road or something like that. But just about every one of his videos, you get that connection between him as an artist and you as somebody that's listening to what he has to say.
that's
It's
that's
very unique.
that's wild that all he has to do is turn to the side and it stands out as something different in his videos. It's
Yeah.
wild. All right, let's check out, see what it's about.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay.
But I still get stuck, shit starts building up till I'm filled with doubt, and I can't seem to filter it out, I can't figure it out. people wondering why I go ghost right after I post something so live and so dope. Like, why, bro? You lit a fire and let it go. Could've made it grow, but instead you let that shit die slow. Like, I don't know, dog, you're preaching to the choir. All this perfectionism is eating my desire. Everything I do, I nitpick to pieces. How the fuck I freeze up with my feet to the fire? And on top of all that, they won't get off my back. Sometimes I wish I never did any political tracks. I meant every single word I ever spit in those raps, but now it seems like it's all anybody wishes I asked. That ain't the type of shit I did to get where I'm at. If you went through my catalog and you flipped to the back and did the math and listened to my original act, you'll see a cat dedicated to the pen and the craft. But on the other hand, there's a different attack. People who were there at the beginning of the path, they hate it. They say that I just did it for cash and it was all a big grift just to get me a bag. I can't win, I feel like I'm ripping in half. I don't know if I should get mad or forget it and laugh. Yeah, I'll leave my cash app in the description tab, but it's your decision to put a tip in my hat. I never asked, I never held my hand out, I never tried to use you to grow my wealth. So how the hell you gonna tell me I did it for money, dog? I don't even promote myself. If I put out a song with a message in it, then it's genuine. It's just the way I feel. I feel like I shouldn't ask you to pay me for that. I'm trying to make you think, not make a sale.
Okay. All right.
So I'm noticing that when we get the side profile view of him, he's not really saying anything at all. Tom McDonald, going back to him real quick, he's been demonized for talking about all the politics in his songs recently over the last few years. And you see it in the comment section all the time. This is all you ever do. You don't ever put out anything else. And, Tom claimed that he was the one that paved the path for this genre of music in one of his recent songs. Now, I don't know how much of that is true, but what I do know is that there's not many people out there that are doing what he's doing and Tom McDonald is doing currently right now. I understand he's getting hate from certain people because they feel like that he's taking political or social issues and making money off of it. Well, okay, good for him. I mean, that's
so what?
I mean, he's found his craft, and he's not bullshit. He's telling you straight facts. I don't see what's wrong with that. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
interesting. You had the same, if I remember right, you had the same concern with Tom McDonald for a time there, where he was just doing so much of the political stuff. You're just like, man, I want to hear some of the old stuff, the stuff that I grew to love of his, the stuff
but
that made me appreciate Tom McDonald for who he was. And it feels like Samson's getting a lot of that same pushback from his original fans, where they're like, let's hear some of the stuff that made us love you to begin with. Your dedication.
I think the difference is that Tom puts out a song, like he puts out a lot at one time, and it's mostly politically driven, or it's socially driven, I should say. With Samson, you don't get that. I don't get that vibe from him. Like when he posts, it's very sporadic and it's here and there, like he kind of mentioned in his own song, that he kind of critiques his own material and the kind of content that he puts out.
Yeah, and you don't promote stuff.
No, he doesn't promote. So I can see that side of him and his fans. That's all you ever post, because every once in a while you get a post from him or you get a video and it is about social and political stuff. Whereas Tom McDonald is week after week, month after month, the same content. That is saturating what Tom McDonald is doing. What he does,
yeah.
I don't think is so much that, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's not saturating to the point in which Tom McDonald is doing it when he's putting out several songs, a month on Fridays. So I don't see, I mean, here's the thing. I can respect the artists that can do the political and social, rap songs or whatever you want to call them. I think they need to be said, because it's kind of, the people with the bigger platforms are giving us with a smaller platform a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what a lot of people agree with. This is how a lot of people feel. But don't make your entire catalog about that. You know what I'm saying? But if you do, that's fine. Just understand going into it, if you do this, it eventually is going to burn people out. It did with me with Tom McDonald. Now, Tom McDonald recently has made some other songs that were not politically and socially driven. They didn't do very well. And Tom pointed out, hey, I still gave you what you wanted, but you still bitch and complain that I'm doing the political and social issue songs.
Yeah, for sure.
So either way, if you even touch this genre of music, of political and social issues, you're going to be demonized by everyone, because that's what the political and social songs are going to hit harder than, say, a love song or a rock song, because that's not why they came to his channel, right? The
Yeah,
newer
that's
people
what's
to
on people's
Samson's
mind nowadays.
channel, huh?
I said that's just what's on people's minds nowadays. It's kind of the sense I get from Samson is I'm not like you said, it's not oversaturated, and
Mm-mm.
you
No,
never know what you're actually gonna get when he does put out a song. Like
right,
I didn't know what kind of song this was gonna be. I didn't know this was gonna be
no,
like an not an what's the word? Yeah, I didn't know this was gonna be him kind of reflecting on his own, music and his defending why he's doing what he's doing is kind of the sense I get. Uh, I don't know that he necessarily had to, but I do get a sense that in every song you hear of him, this is what's heavy on his heart. This is what is on his
right.
mind, and that's what you're getting. I mean, it's just
And
straight up, which is kind of
he,
how we do videos too. It's like we just post when we're ready to post because that's what's on our mind. That's what we want to talk about at that time.
he's commented on, I think, one or two of our videos that we've reacted to his songs, and so we know that he obviously has checked us out before. The one thing I would tell him if he sees this reaction video, just don't worry about what people think of you. Don't worry about the kind of money you're making, because you're trying to get ahead, and whatever it is you feel like you want to do. Just do what you got to do, man. If that's what you're on your mind, on your heart, just put it out there,
Yep. Yep.
because nobody else is going to do it. There's a this genre of political and social issues is a small group of individuals, and if you're speaking facts, and if you're giving us, something to listen to that makes sense, it might actually reach other people and make sense to them. This all gets lost in the shuffle, because sometimes, the power of music is just that. It's very powerful. And if it can reach an audience that isn't getting it because they're too busy tuning into a certain network that is so brainwashed by what they're hearing and seeing on the TV, and they happen to come across his video, if it changes that person's perspective or heart just a little bit, then everything that he set out to do, or Tom McDonald has set out to do, that's the difference that they're making. And at the end of the day, make your money how you want to make it. But what it sounds like to me is that he's doing it because this is genuine, this is from the heart, this is how he feels, and people are demonizing him for it. And I would simply tell him, dude, don't just, sometimes you got to turn the noise off, you got to block it, and then you just got to keep that tunnel vision going, and you do what's on your heart and on your mind, and put it
Excellent.
put 1,000% behind what you're doing, which he always does, so he's
Well,
going to be successful regardless.
we're just over halfway through the song, so that
Yeah, I
knowing
know.
Samson stuff, there might be a twist to this where we find out that he's actually saying exactly that. Let's find out. Ready? Let's do it.
Yep.
A song with a message in it, then it's genuine. It's just the way I feel. I feel like I shouldn't ask you to pay me for that. I'm trying to make you think, not make a sale.
Love that. Same thing with our channel, man.
The worst part is they put me in a box with all these other dudes that fucking suck. And if you think I'm talking about you, then I probably am. So fucking what? Yeah, sure, we share some of the same viewpoints, and our core beliefs are probably similar too. But I take rap way too serious to act like I don't cringe every time I listen to you. Everybody, say what you want about me, but you know damn well every song I killed. Even if you never agreed with what I said, if you know rap, then you know I brought the skill. It was always real, I wanted y'all to feel what I felt at the time when I wrote those lyrics. I tried my hardest and put my heart in it, and crossed my fingers and just hope you hear it. Everything they gave you was surface level. Me, I dug up dirt with a shovel, dove in deep and we all explored. Every single release was like a college course. I dissected every topic that I spoke on, did research every time that I wrote songs. I tried to be as thorough as I possibly could, always double checking to make sure I didn't get any quotes wrong. And that's why I don't do it all the time. It comes from a true place of inspiration. I'm not gonna make shit up just to put shit out. If I don't feel it, I'm not gonna say it. I hate this little subgenre of rap and the cesspool that it's grown into. I'd wrap a rope around my fucking neck before I let somebody rope me in with you.
Damn.
I just want to rap now.
Who is he talking about?
I don't know, but that's what he said.
There's not many people in this genre.
He might be talking about Tom McDonald, and others. Wow.
Huh. I mean, good
That's
on him for, doing what he's doing. And, at the end of the day, he's going to do what he wants. Right. And I think what everybody wants to know is obviously is who is he talking about? That's what it boils down to.
so when it comes to skill, I would say Samson is head and shoulders above Tom McDonald. I've heard lyrics of Tom McDonald's, a lot of them that are like, yeah, it sounds like that could have been polished a lot to be much smoother. Because I'm used to like hearing Eminem level lyrics where it's like everything is just so intricate and deep in terms about how everything connects together as far as the way the verses actually work and the way they tie in with one another. It's like there's a level of skill there that kind of most people just kind of don't notice.
Yeah.
But Tom McDonald feels like some of his lyrics, and it's not I don't mean to just hit on just Tom, but, there's a number of these guys that when they're coming out with music so quickly, so fast, so much quantity that, you can tell, you can hear certain things where they're almost trying to jam the words in to make them fit on the time, and just it doesn't quite like, there could have been, like, 3 other better words that would have worked in that situation that
Yeah.
maybe if I had taken the time, but at the same time a lot of this stuff is, timely. You can't necessarily rap about some major world event that happened 2 months ago, on your channel and still have it be relevant. So, I mean, you have to get it out fast. It's choices.
Okay.
It's choices.
So I'm gonna say this, and I know well, at least I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this, but it's something I've noticed, and a lot of Tom McDonald's lyrics and a lot of his political and social songs are recycled. You can go back to a song, and it's not all of his lyrics; it's some of them. It's like I have sat and I've heard certain songs, and don't ask me which ones. I'd have to go back and listen. And if that's the case, and I'll make that claim on another video. But there are certain things that are said that have been recycled in other songs, but have been um, rearranged in a certain way. So it's not the same line that it was in a previous song. I've noticed that. Also, his choruses, hooks, we've had this conversation many times before.
Mhm.
I don't particularly care for them. When he goes like he did with God Mode, where he's just straight doing the rap, that I love that about him. This house, and a few others, it's like when he is just rapping full out with no chorus, that is the best of Tom McDonald, in my opinion. I'm not the only reactor that has criticized his choruses, and that's fine. There's some that, the first time I hear it, it's like, oh, God, yeah. But then after like 3 or 4 times, yeah, it's not so bad. Tom has the way of doing that. I don't know. Again, we don't know if this is who he's discussing, but if you want to talk about who's sitting on the mountaintop right now of this genre of music, it is Tom McDonald. So,
Yeah, yeah,
speculation.
yeah.
That's all this is.
There's something to be said about brand recognition and name recognition, and when you do put out as
Right.
much music as Tom does, continue.
I it's not that I don't like Tom McDonald's music. I have gotten to the point where if I know that it's political or social, I just don't listen to it. I just don't. Um, I'd say probably one of his more recent videos or songs that I absolutely love is Ghost. That actually had some airplay on the radio. That was a song that he dedicated to Nova. Beautiful song, beautiful. And that was a little bit refreshing because it really kind of took him out of the rapping element a little bit. I mean, here and there, and then it took him out of the political, took him out of the social climate, and it gave us a different side of Tom. And the one thing I like about any kind of artist in any kind of genre of music is being able to be versatile and what you can do. And I know that Tom has that. He's got it in his catalog of music where he can do rock, he can do rap, he can do this and he can do that, and he can do spoken word, which I've always been a fan of. And I would love to see him bring that back, considering mental health is a huge issue right now in our society with everything going on. Um, but Tom's going to do what Tom wants to do. That's his thing. I'm not here to tell him what to do. But what
So
I am here is to point out the fact that, you know, I get burned out with Tom McDonald. Now, if he has a song that comes on that is not about political, and the social stuff, I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to give it a try. Samson, on the other hand, it's with him. I don't like it when artists feel like they have to defend themselves. I don't like that. To me, it's something I wish he never would have done. I think he just needed to keep pushing forward. A lot of his fans, a lot of people know that he's genuine. If you just listen to his lyrics, if you just watch his videos, the way he feel like he's connecting with you, you know that's genuine. You know it right from the get-go. You know what you're going to get with him, whether it's political, social, or even something completely different. With him, it's always about connecting with the audience the way that he does in a very personal way. You don't get that from the Tom McDonald's and anybody else right now in the industry. You just don't. You
So
don't.
do you feel like this song in particular was just him saying to you what you already knew about him, and therefore it's kind of a waste of your time? It was
I
good,
just
but
I don't care for
not
this. I
necessary.
don't. I mean, I love what he does. I love his rapping. I love his style. But I don't like it when artists feel like they have to use their platform and defend something that they genuinely care about. I don't like that, because because to me that shows me that it's getting to you. It's in your mind. They've gotten into your head. You're not supposed to allow that to happen, or do your best to articulate it in a way that, you know, that people don't see you kind of do that. The artists do this all the time, and I can't stand it.
Yeah,
Now, does
no,
it take away from the fact that this is a good video and I understand completely everything he's saying? Absolutely.
yeah,
But that's kind of like, okay, to kind of go completely left field with this, Joe Rogan had to apologize because he was reciting a certain word in lyrics of a rap song, and then he had to go in front of the public and he had to apologize for that. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You weren't doing anything wrong. You weren't. I just don't understand what it is about artists. I
all right, now
mean, there's, you know
let me
what I'm
try to
saying?
try to
So,
give a different spin. Let me try to give a
yeah,
different spin.
yeah,
I appreciate these kind of songs because for me, I may not I may not know as much about these artists as
right,
their hardcore fans that have been with them since the beginning, right?
right.
For me, it gave me a little bit of an insight into the history behind Samson and what he's about, what he actually cares about, where he came from, and it gives me a little more sense of who he is that I didn't previously have before this video. From my exposure to Samson, it's been only in the last few years when it has been the political stuff. So
Yeah.
this actually encourages me and makes me want to go back into the library, into the deeper cuts and see what he's got that might actually showcase his skill that is apparently very important to him, and as it should be. I don't mind it. I don't mind it when artists basically give you their bona fides, and it's kind of what he's doing here. He's just saying, hey, this is the reason why I am where I'm at. This is the reason why I have the fan base I have. I don't know that I felt like this was as much of him trying to defend himself. Like, I don't get a sense that he's on a back foot. I think he was also at the same time saying, "Hey, I don't really like being compared to these other guys
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Tom.
yeah, I get that, yeah.
Um, I'm that's not me."
I would
Yeah,
never compare these 2. You can't
no,
put them
no,
in the same. No.
they got some overlap, sure. Which he said that they have some overlap, but in general, he's like, that's not who I am. I'm not that guy. Quit comparing me to that guy. I'm me. This is what I'm about. This is what I like. This is what I'm going to give you. And
But he had to know going into that he's gonna be compared to other people. That happens in every genre of music. That's why I call bullshit, because you gotta know if you're going into a certain genre of music, you're always gonna be compared. Every rapper that comes up that's white, who do you compare that to?
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, come on, dude. I don't buy that. It's
God damn it. Who am I
I,
thinking? Ice Baby. God damn it. What's his name?
not Vanilla Ice. Talking about
Vanilla Ice.
Eminem.
Yeah, yeah. I compare everybody. God, I can't believe I couldn't think of Vanilla Ice's name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time I hear a white rapper, I compare him to Vanilla Ice, 100%.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's why they compare
That's
everybody to Eminem.
yeah.
No, my point is that I mean that this is part of the territory. You're going to be compared to people. he knows this. That's why I'm a little surprised that he done this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
like,
got you.
dude, I mean, you know that you're going to be compared to certain people in this genre of music. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't buy that. What I the only thing that I got from this that I actually felt for that he was really kind of on point with that is maybe different than other people is that he is truly genuine about what he's doing here.
Yep,
And he doesn't have a motive behind what he's doing. He's just getting it out there. I
yep,
think other people have a motive and they're capitalizing off of it, which is fine. That's their thing or whatever they want to do. Um, but as far as, I mean, you got to know going into music that you're going to constantly be compared to people, and it's never going to stop either. I mean, come on, man. That's why I say I can't buy that. I can't, dude.
I don't mind. I don't mind it. So we're knocking on 30 minutes. Let's give it a quick 1 to 10. Like where do you 1 out of 10? What do you think?
I
What's
think out
where
of
would you
his catalog of music that I've been exposed to, this is probably number two. If I
gotcha,
had to
gotcha.
put my favorite, bar none, it was probably the COVID,
Okay,
the
okay.
backs that thing up. That was just because of the situation and something we've never gone through in life. The way he was able to articulate through rap what we were going through and how people were being demonized. That to me just encompassed everything that everybody felt.
Yep,
Um,
yep,
this was more
100%.
personal for him, but for me, this is something that I'm going to throw on my Spotify and listen to it every day. No, it's not. So
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, I liked it. I thought I'd probably give it about a 6 out of 10 as far as his catalog. I think it was one of the better ones because I appreciate those backstories and stuff, and that's kind of what I felt I got out of
no,
this.
I
So,
appreciate it
it,
too, but I don't agree with doing it, and that's just my opinion.
yeah. So
What
asking the audience,
if I had to grade it, I would give it a 7.5. Only because I think the other one that he did about COVID was way better,
yeah, yeah,
way better flow, and just the way he just kind of went after Juvenile, that was just fantastic. Those were people that were selling out, and that's what I love to see that he had done. So, kudos for him for putting out the video. It takes a lot of balls to do it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but in this
all right.
world, we're going to agree to disagree. So
All right, dear audience, what do you think? Are you on more on my side on this one, or are you more on Anthony's side on this one? What do you
I'm
think?
going to lose this one, and that's fine. But it's all
I
good, man.
I don't know. I mean, you bring up some really good points. I feel like we both kind of hit some really really good points on this one. So,
I just want to see artists just go full throttle and don't apologize. Don't let people get in your headspace, man. Don't do that. That's just go
all right,
hard. That's what I
you
love
guys.
about That's what I love about music. So
You guys have been watching the Unframe of Mind show where we have uncomfortable conversations without a condom, and today has been no different. If you guys like this video and want to see us do some more or want to make some suggestions, please do so in the comments section below. Until next time, I'm Daniel Wagner.
hey, Anthony Trawick.
All right.
See you guys.
People wondering why I go ghost right after I post something so live and so dope. Like, why, bro? You lit a fire and let it go. Could've made it grow, but instead you let that shit die slow. Like, I don't know, dog, you're preaching to the choir. All this perfectionism is eating my desire. Everything I do, I nitpick to pieces. How the fuck I freeze up with my feet to the fire? And on top of all that, they won't get off my back. Sometimes I wish I never did any political tracks. I'm at every single word I